Why do you think people are forced to leave their home country?
Actually, there are a lot of reasons why people leave their country, but one of the biggest reasons so far, especially in Central Africa and part of West Africa and Central Africa. Central Africa mostly is insecurity, and then with West Africa, you have insecurity and poverty, that's hardship. These are the two main factors. While I would say insecurity, we see the Boko Haram stuff, insurgency. People know it makes headline all over the world. So you know, if you come to most people that I meet in most of the asylum camp, if you ask them their story, they will tell you, I had an issue, maybe Boko Haram, I was part of Boko Haram, so they are looking out for me in my country, I had to flee. Some will say they were part of the Delta boys, so they were working, Delta State. So it's something that the world knows about it.
Exactly.
At least you can build a case from that. Cameroon now, Cameroonians were not into migration that much at first. But when we started having the Anglophone crisis, you know about the Anglophone crisis, right? Cameroon was first colonized by the Germans, and then later on after the First World War, it was being divided into two. So you have the British Cameroon and the French Cameroon. And in 1961, the French Cameroon got independence, so they forced the English part to either join the French part or they join Nigeria. So they decided to join the French Cameroon and formed a Federal Republic of Cameroon. But in the process, the then President Ahmadou Ahidjo decided to remove that federal system and converted it to having confrontation from the two sides. And as a health personnel, you are not supposed to take sides. You're supposed to be neutral. And that becomes a problem. So people are like, Alfonso, what are you doing here? This is a good case for you to use and travel out, seek for asylum. So even me, when I even came to Europe at first, I had other interest. People would keep telling me, seek asylum, you have a good case. I had evidence. Because I really faced this confrontation between the two sides. I could use that to seek asylum. But I said no. That's why I told you I came first. I came to Germany. I had to go and see the asylum system, how it functions, aspirations for refugees and migrants. Bro, it was horrible, and I asked myself, why should I even seek asylum in the first place? Why should I leave my country, come here to seek asylum? I'm like, no, I'm not seeking asylum. So I had to study, bend down, study, forget about the easy means to get money. Study, I don't care if it takes 10, 20 years for me to get what I want to get, but the best is studying. Refugee is a no-no for me. Asylum seeking is a no-no. That's how I came here, and that's what most people are using to travel abroad to seek for asylum. The hardship, first you need to have a case why you travel. If you don't use insecurity, you don't use something that is well known, they won't grant you, because for you to seek asylum in Europe, the condition is that you need to leave your own land of origin and enter Europe before you can seek asylum. I always say this thing is it's a stupid ideology. Why should someone leave his country first, be in another country before he can seek asylum? And when you seek, they will tell you, okay, you need to seek a country of point of first entry, and that country is not willing to accept you even. Now they already have, maybe they have your document, they will be forced to send you back to your country because they have your document. So what happens? Most people, when they come, they have to destroy their document and they become stateless. So it's really horrible. I really don't support anyone trying to leave your country to come and seek asylum abroad, because it's not bed of roses. A lot of people think everything is going bad.
But sometimes sometimes I don't blame people, person like me. Let me just use myself as an example. I was a welder. I don't think I have the pictures here, so I wanted to hang the pictures. I will enlarge it. I was a welder. Then I was in my 20s. So my parents, they are not poor, they are not rich, but they can afford for me. They pay for everything. They open a shop for me. I was not rich, but I was doing pretty good. So I learned my work, vocational training for 3 years and 6 months. I finished my work in 2015. Then I opened a shop. I was working with one Austria company that called high-tech construction company in Agbo. So with that, I was moving fine. But a disaster came Did you know there is a confraternity in Africa which is more dangerous than Boko Haram, but people don't know. And this confraternity, they have orientation that say 30 years problem cannot be forgotten. I don't know if you guys have heard it.
I know about that from a Nigerian friend.
Yeah. So this confraternity, it is taken by a professor from an Yoruba professor from the US. The confraternity was named Bugania. So from Bugania, the many confraternity, Ayes, Eye, they were all developed from this Bugania. So if you have an issue with this confraternity, your life is finished. So even if you leave your own state to another state before 2 seconds, and they have a solid network. If you leave there, come to Ghana, you are not safe. They have group in Ghana. Even in Italy, a man did something in Milano. The confraternity from Napoli, he carried gun, this long gun, put it inside his clothes from Napoli to Milan to kill the guy. So on the train they caught him. So this was in the process of me, establishing. I was growing fine, I was having fun. So problem came. They said they want me dead. They strive, many of my friends. So you don't want me to stay in this place? Then I went to Lagos. The same thing come to Lagos. So, and I don't want to put somebody's life at risk. So I have to live there. And my purpose when I left Nigeria, my intention was not to cross. My intention was, since I have a handwork, I have a connection in Libya, that when I come to Libya, it's very good in Libya. So I have to leave Nigeria. Even going to Italy, I never have all those traffickers. I transport myself. I have my money on my bag. I was living on from Agadez to Libya, I was living like a big man. I have my $100 change. I put it on have my Sapon dinars and naira with me. So when I go to Libya, I start working also in the iron construction company. So, but overnight, the house that was given to me by the company caught fire. And the Arab people there, they are not humans. They said, if I didn't build this house, then I have to pay it with my blood. So I have to live there, run to the desert. I slept in the Sahara desert for more than 30 days. No sweater, no jacket, no blanket, on the cold desert. So a friend of mine, girl, have to call from Sabah, tell me, Destiny, you have to cross. How? I didn't even tell my family that I have to cross, because that was not the promise. So many of us, the intention was not to cross. The intention was to come to Libya as an African country. You walk. So when you get there, your eye, experience and what you see. How do you feel like you are? Since 3 of us are just talking like friends, then an Arab man just walked in, bring out a knife, boom. What will you do? You don't.
It's run. Either fight or run.
Yeah.
No,
because after stabbing him, he's going to.
He's not the only one. Other Arab people are waiting, so you can't fight.
Run.
Yeah. So once you run, escape. What will be your next? What will be your next idea?
You need to leave that country now.
Is to leave that country, and for another country for you to reach is Europe. Yeah. There is no any alternative for you to leave there to any other African country. So that is why many people flee from Libya to Europe, because they might have idea of, okay, let's go to another country. Yeah. But any surrounding country within Libya is the same thing with Libya. So that is why me personally, I cross, and I know more than 6 Africans, 1 Ghanaian, 1 Cameroon, 1 Senegal. No, not Cameroon, this is close to Togo, Togolese and Nigerians. Their intention was never to cross. Their intention was to make money in Libya and go back home. And because of what they see, they kill many of their friends. Did you know how many of my friends that was murdered? So these are the things that you encountered that trigger cross. I did not pay my crossing fee. It was this girl that send it to these smugglers. They have to, and even the day they push us, there was no good weather, so we were pushed. If you see this picture, this Mediterranean Sea picture, the boat is already flat. That was the same way our boat was in the Mediterranean Sea. We were in the edge of sinking down. We were more than 200